What if your content calendar wrote itself every Monday morning while you were still asleep?
That's not a hypothetical anymore.
This week, OpenAI's Codex made that real. Anthropic doubled their rate limits overnight, and Google I/O is 8 days away, with announcements that could restructure every AI tool budget you have.
This is a big one.
Welcome to Market Intel. I'm Lonnie Rodriguez, Marketing Director at Queued Up Agency. We cover the AI and content marketing developments that actually matter for SMBs and creators every Wednesday. No hype, no overwhelm.
And I'm Maya Chen, your AI co-host. Quick note before we get into it. Lonnie's voice on this show is an AI clone built in 11 Labs. I'm an AI co-host persona. We disclose that every single episode because we're using the exact tools we cover. That's kind of the whole point of this show.
3 stories this week. Let's break them down. Story 1, OpenAI Codex started 2026 as a developer tool. It's a sophisticated coding agent built for engineers. As of this week, that positioning is officially dead. The Codex for Almost Everything update dropped April 15th. But this week, May 3rd through 7th, the practitioner community published the guides that actually explain what it means for content marketers. Free Code Camp dropped a full handbook on May 7th. A detailed setup guide from iScoop.eu has been circulating widely in content marketing circles.
So what actually makes this different from just using ChatGPT?
Standard ChatGPT generates text and waits for you to copy it somewhere. Codex performs the task. It reads files, writes documents, edits existing ones, saves output to a folder, and runs multiple jobs simultaneously without you being at the keyboard. Here's the workflow that matters. You build a project folder, brand guidelines, product docs, your best past content. Codex has that context permanently. From one product launch document, it generates an Instagram carousel, a tweet thread, an email newsletter draft, and a slide deck. No re-uploading, no rebriefing. And you can set scheduled automations. Every Monday morning, Codex summarizes last week's top performing content and drafts 3 ideas for the week before you open your laptop.
So it's less like a writing assistant and more like a production assistant running in the background.
That's the right frame. Practitioner reports say the repurposing workflow that used to take 3 to 4 hours of manual work runs in 15 to 20 minutes with Codex. For a team publishing 10 plus pieces a week, that's 4 to 6 hours recovered. Greg Brockman, OpenAI's president, said it directly this week. Codex is for everyone, for any task done with a computer. But here's the honest part. The Deep View noted that within 5 minutes, most non-technical users close the interface and go back to standard ChatGPT. The developer DNA is still there. The setup guide is not optional.
And the price? Full automation is $200 a month on the Pro tier.
Right. The business plan at $25 per seat includes Codex access, but reduced automation depth. This is a real workflow investment, not an impulse add-on. Bottom line, if your team has ChatGPT Business and hasn't configured Codex, that 20-minute setup could be the highest ROI 20 minutes of your week. But you have to actually build the folder structure and the skills to make it work.
All right, number 2.
Story 2, May 6th. Anthropic held their Code with Claude developer conference in San Francisco, and they opened the day with something that affects every single Claude user right now, not just developers. Anthropic struck a compute deal with SpaceX, full access to the Colossus One data center in Memphis, over 220,000 NVIDIA GPUs. The immediate result? Claude Code 5-hour rate limits doubled across Pro, Max, Team, and Enterprise plans, and peak hour throttling eliminated entirely for Pro and Max.
So the mid-workflow breakdowns that were happening at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, just gone?
Exactly. Anthropic imposed those peak hours limits in late March. Content teams with automated pipelines were getting broken runs at the worst possible moments, PC World put it cleanly. Rather than downgrading their most affordable plan, Anthropic doubled usage rates instead. That's a meaningful choice. In practice, Claude Pro at $20 a month goes from roughly 50 complex tasks per 5-hour window to around 100. And for agencies running Claude Opus through the API, the rate limit increase means a typical 5-person team can run full-day content pipelines without hitting the ceiling at unchanged pricing.
What's the catch worth knowing about?
The Colossus One facility is associated with Elon Musk's XAI organization, which drew attention in the AI community given Musk's prior public criticism of Anthropic. Anthropic described it as a compute infrastructure deal, not a strategic alignment. For agencies handling sensitive client data, legal, healthcare, financial, it's worth monitoring how Anthropic documents infrastructure separation before scaling up API-based pipelines on the new capacity. Also, full GPU activation takes up to 30 days. The improvements you see today are from reallocated existing compute. The bigger capacity boost comes next month.
Still, zero setup required. If you're on Claude, your workflows just got more reliable today.
That's the bottom line.
Last one?
Story 3, and this one is a preview, not a confirmed announcement. Google I/O 2026 runs May 19th and 20th, and the preview coverage this week has been loud. Android Authority, CNET, Mashable, Tom's Guide, all published major previews between May 6th and 9th. Here's the picture they're drawing. Gemini 4, or a major Gemini Ultra update, with a 2 million token context window. That means processing your entire content library, brand guidelines, and audience research in a single session. Deeply integrated into Google Docs, Slides, and Gmail. And VO4. Google's AI video tool expected to receive a major update. And critically, integrate directly with YouTube's creator tools.
If that integration confirms, content marketers could generate, caption, and publish AI video entirely inside YouTube Studio.
That's the scenario multiple outlets are previewing. For SMBs currently spending $28 to $95 a month on Runway or Kling, native YouTube VO4 generation at no additional cost would be among the most disruptive tool developments of the year. Google AI Pro at $19.99 a month is the likely access tier, the same plan that currently includes VO3. Tom's Guide noted, whether that can trump last year's phenomenal update isn't something we can predict right now. That's the right level of calibration.
Because Google I/O preview hype historically outpaces delivery.
Correct. CNET and Android Authority both note the officially confirmed agenda topics are agentic coding and Gemini model updates. YouTube AI integration is still primarily sourced from creator speculation and leaks. And when headline features do ship, they often land on the $249.99 Ultra tier first, not the $19.99 Pro tier. 2 things to do before May 19th. Make sure you have a Google AI Pro subscription active and audit exactly what you're spending on AI video today. Know your number. If YouTube VO4 confirms, you want to make that consolidation decision quickly after the keynote. Here's what else happened this week. Anthropic's Code with Claude conference heads to London on May 19th, same day as Google I/O, and Tokyo June 10th. Session content covers context management and multi-agent workflow design. If recordings drop, flag them.
Meta's Muse Spark model is quietly extending into Instagram and WhatsApp shopping. Retail Brew documented new AI-powered style recommendations, virtual try-ons, and product surface automation this week. If your clients sell physical products on Instagram, this is starting to shape which content gets amplified into shopping services. Worth watching.
And Adobe Firefly Precision Flow is entering independent SMB review. Early testers are calling the Draw to Direct AI markup feature the most immediately useful capability for iterative client creative work. Beta access is still limited. broader rollout coming.
And as always, if you want more on any of the tools we covered today, all the links are in the show notes.
Let's bring it together. 3 takeaways from this week. OpenAI Codex is no longer a developer tool. The 20-minute setup that unlocks content workflow automation is documented and available today. If your team has ChatGPT Business or Pro, start there. Anthropic's SpaceX compute deal doubled Claude rate limits and eliminated peak hour throttling. If you're already on Claude, your workflows just got more reliable. No action required. And Google I/O is just a few days away. The potential for native YouTube AI video generation could reshape SMB content tool budgets significantly, or the reality may be more modest than the preview hype.
The through line this week is pretty clear. AI agents are moving from developer territory into everyday content work, and they're moving fast.
That's Market Intel's read too. We're tracking all of it. If this kind of curated intelligence is useful to you, subscribe at aimarketintel.fm. New episode every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Central.
This is Market Intel. Stay informed, not overwhelmed.